wow there. Do time what the minute. You know, the GD said Nipami and Sana minister no appointed on knowledge base and credibility no and no and push you on. Ama to me you send a bear. But you said yes, you hear solution. Yeah. See, I know how do you solve it? When I prepare, I believe say I believe say recommendation will not better say there's some compensation or something of that sort should go in because about your was so fresh now you're trying now for life there at least more I had see you bet how much say one bit to me I didn't pay about how much is one bit to me a year now you best say one a walk in Potem say we be our credible information. Yeah. That is the main thing. We be our eyewitness. We need to be found. Just avail yourself. Now, to me to two on a year, no prepare, person be able to arrive at a conclusion. Because someone to me in Trump office and get down information, no one near. It will be a better friend, and as who names over to me up upon a committee, no, not committee into me, you should move prepare, in your justice. That is all. I'm out for my beton. That's it. Maybe I'm into your cacao or some. Said enough, Felix, you can't send your phone and coffee more when a flex play rather than the committee. I'm a Senka can't my shoe be your phone and coffee more. Say, baby, for and come in on Bayadre, but Ghana de many on Monyadre. It's as in the partisan nature of our parliament. And it's an union. NDC for how extreme sometimes they can be. As me buy in na oshe omanamo tu ni baby omujina and your commenter make here. It shows their extreme interest in this matter. And it's all kinds of consultative bipartisan approach and as a committee. I'm dealing with this matter. My interest will overshadow the objective reasoning. I will say. And again, because a good time when we are parliament, NDC walked into the parliamentary catch on the hand, yes, a party this fanfa. Yes. And you want to committee, I'm going to be free to control, yes. Aside that, last year, the last 2 years, incident VCs are also at the committee level. We a committee report in the idea, consensus, we will decide some of the economy. I would say that one can sound so different, so kind. I mean, it's not really going to help. In the end, and now they to in for I select your man. We have expert knowledge. And we move your more planning general knowledge. So what I say, we have Parliamentary done social a contribution towards academia in terms of military and security. Onye nipa out to Nasia. Asana Justice Comm in the air or Meramunia Deno, and so air sunko. Eti ushe mpenifu ya pa omu inomu kotenase na ushe omu nkomodi omu diniada. You could see some level of knowledge is being brought on board. For instance, what the Obi call because OMP now only any knowledge on security matters, only any knowledge on how the military functions, and I say how our military for normal operations near the echo about. Obi kwa only any knowledge on this crowd actions names and but anya Ora Parliamentary so. When you say or lecture in terms of these areas, he understands the psychology that goes into the thinking of the people. How come Uncle Fonabeti or Mogu Mountains or Aquayesa? A ba emra said the Omoye 8 year now says New Soldier 4 year a farmer. I'm sure the justice Otisono has extensive knowledge in this area. And if you look at the expert knowledge that they are bringing on board now, what they compare to a select committee of parliamentary. Definitely, Parliament will fall short. I think there's a lot of difference in that. I will say, you appreciate it, these people are being put into the helm of affairs or into this committee. Yeah, I'm quite a Parliament, especially the NDC or more Comm, saying a party in the same between party on or more microphone. Now, if you Casacasa, SU, and the other banner, I said, as for mine, you shut down Kaniyama,
party nanti says monte mo home free the mokoye no. And the issue ba then they ko kan say en court by partisan committee or parliament not omonhwehwe mu a. Is it possible na ye to aso say ya ebeboa because enkebenya anka bibi say ba na nka mrahye badwafi because ye nso omo de omo ye bibia na omo ye no independently say mrahye badwafo e de mo akwa anka mo hwehwe asemu sa asem na ya hwa anka no ye kwa anim say ya ebeboa
emo amufa na make see the wo kan kra so sa asem ni twe me shede tie interview from the minority side nipa be miensa no munya no position consistently were the same. To quote Sam George in the interview our year or say oh Metro TV obi o hwe bia bedi madanse or see or no there any part on it. I think you are Kojo Ponkoma also they were interviewed concurrently or somebody else. He or say or no there any party first. Okay. Because party in the call it's wherever the interest and a party interest will crash with the interest of the state. No,
party first.
Party first. So I think I make us say when you look at the psychology of the NDC and how extremist they've been in the past and now won't you trust you say or the Omokwa for such a bipartisan committee. Now they see our parliament in change. So come you be and come BBF say under the 8th parliament, you know, or grow one when in because in the 8th parliament it has come out clear. Say first it was the NPP who were exposed big time. Now your consideration is say your person your choice of speaker no or no nan. But we ended up being exposed to the extent say in the end the NDC side won the speakership. It's a lesson that I was saying if you said there's only the Parliament of Ghana and you belong to that umbrella body no. Now so NDC was there be vetting a partisan issue. Party they say but for the first time in the history of this country, when we say party bidding no, parliament, even the court have held say once BB cost war parliament intimi inform nemo Syria and a court near the ebetimi decide also. But NDC as a political party wanted to control parliament and processes of parliament. I didn't see that. And now I can say we took this thing for granted. Your fan say oh and you can be and you divert your attention because see Nyama Biswa and Semfata. But we should have dealt with this matter holistically. Unfortunately, civil society near then so more. One and come here Dante was on Mokano no more take extreme interest. Now, almost making certain publications and they support this and the minority has disappointed us. You ask yourself, what are you saying? Because in the end, civil society, you go and say, David, we shouldn't allow this to happen. So Parliament make a decision. Now, out of ideology, and a more ideological differences are Obiani Muniasem. But when the decision of Parliament is making is not based on ideology. And what I say, you are a leftist. It's who you're leftist, and in line with your social thinking, you know, or face say such a policy will not help. And obviously, or not you're right. It's in line with capital thinking, you know, or no face say you're right. No, we are not departing on ideological front. Wait here. A vetting and approval, which we can all agree, because at the end of the day, they are laid down procedure. Ghana Mamra, who qualifies to be a minister. And we don't have any departing point. Yes, no, no, say, hey, your party interest in tea, and now mama interest in tea, and now more binti interest in tea, no, making sure say, move kiki against. In the end, on say, you put it to voting most of the time, they were exposed big time. Shao comes in the see. Obiano Muslim in the end, they voted for her even more than Kojo Ponkoma, any others are. Now people were expecting, say, they were going to get higher votes, you know. So, inti, Nina is about time, you know, this for Nankasam, almost a song margin. No moon says, oh, Rama should be Fiona. It's about the collective interest, it's about the bigger umbrella. And yet, we party in tea. And our party, they were sponsor, your baby, a party can make an influence in your life. But, and yet, dying now, and I'm going to say, my party first. Oh, yes, our own boy, mine.
Felix, the
way raising winner. Let me say, yes, that is the ideal sermon for the state first. But Ghana, now you want extreme partisanship in everything, you can say the party no, and all the parties are at fault. Every party in Ghana has been at fault,
including PPP.
Okay. Without even coming to power, everybody is so much embedded in a party principles, than the state principles.
Okay.
That governance principles, that democratic principles say this is about governance, this is about democracy. And say you better try say you better money do one, sir, and a boy. No, but so long as also say you do one interest, we shouldn't give it a try. So no, we are fighting for state first. Until let us demonstrate until we be first your bipartisan committee. This is about the state. About security issues are about address it without any political party interest. I think and secondly, about the credibility and the qualification, academic qualification of the team now. Yes, Parliament. There are a number of professionals there. Security-wise, they are knowledgeable. Legally, they are knowledgeable. And say, can't say, but partisan, no. And the fear of being partisan, and maybe you're taking out of Parliament. But there is also the fear of people also saying, say, the issue occurred under the auspices of the Interior Ministry. So, how do you investigate yourself?
Now, investigation, are they working for the
Interior Minister appointed? That's the question.
Appointing them, not just someone in the air. Vice versa. Whoever can say, Interior Ministry now investigating on.
And also, we speak catch us, vice versa.
Critical power, security, one sem. And was a fast Vladimir Chidans won't mean in free. Interior Minister, but you know that if it is even bipartisan, they tell us Interior Minister control no say and I be own to me answer wouldn't so to me
for all you know say you know the man terms of reference What if near the fan when we catch ourselves terms of reference?
One I cancel the terms of reference. My committee be how no my they will tell you say I dare not say no society name. Oh, that will come we aha and but whichever way it is, it's a good thing. Okay.
But the argument never on there it will continue because but you say you never wow na omotimi adwumaden e dia bo my Ghana because security a tough for ma you nyina na ho e be kire ye wo my
very quick one Ashanti region to omo ye Parliamentary Assembly Hall e wo Kumasi do you think say na was say wo adwura ho na say ko Kumasi ne
it's within the same region.
Okay.
And you know and mind you information about out just say regional minister had say on na asking for the deployment of the military. So some year or I think say it's in order.
Okay.
From Soviet.
Okay.
But I don't know. Is it in camera or whatever they call it?
Manopena lawyer be can say wombe telecaster and wombe broadcaster man for it. I am sure say because at the end you see any open into any idea the share.
So for transparency purposes, maybe I would recommend say someone yes
public inquiry there they no abontin there me sure say e bia omo ankasa emfansi o mani back because of pick am sure some be can say man pick because at the end of the public will be a heavy anyway enti abusua for me to dey kitwa bi mra na fe emfa nkomo aka no ento aso George Parado edi NDC mabunu bi animo omo na me check social media ahwe say demonstration no cause but omo am hu omo no enye nipa ase
hu say
there no say boys na no mani nyi say girls na no mani nyi demonstration ho I don't know me ba me disa enkomo dey anu akopekins appliances ni bi ato anu pa bia me kai o say ade dey wo to na nipa no so be chewa ade aka ho ya na pa say eno an dey to ade o wi ase da bia nti flat screen, deep freezer, air conditioning, washing machine, and never be become my air tone. Or told you ever mouth, scratch card, or scratch card, the beer, the was so. And T. Bomodin said, Obercockens, on my share, who do I? work and has say so for total filling station more some more team no you can total filling station and mobile filling station no okwa won sabe kan ama saman so you ben universal filling station won so kwa sabe kan ni me bebre arofra be bia wo no ya direct to 0200 421004 0200421004 yeah na wa Spanish garlic mixture ni garlic ya twem nsuo na yeden haban afra eya adwuma te senkonya na ya na wa pebi una se atata ya wafra ya cheko home anka wom sane mani nyina no abusua obema wonom bia ebo wa pa okọ kan shi draglin e bi ho me nso ai ton ro bia nso kwa won sabe ka bi no afra 0266 114111 0266114111 wo mo epe mobile phone ato iPhone, Samsung, Nokia yes, our TV, your laptops, your tabletop fridges. When you know a Franco Trading Enterprise, na they are back. Ghana had the Oka phones pay a dear boy back or pestel phones papa fee a Franco to online. You may deliver from our Yesika 0246 422 338 0246 422 338.
Franco Trading Enterprise. Phone papa fee and a half. Franco say what you friend. Moi mon prix TVs aye papa TV aye smart TV aye 4K essentially Android papa ko fa bia prem say wo pay 32 inches TV and also 40 and 43 you go kase aye 55 inches aye Android and essentially 4K umpe we na dia na wo pay Franco Trading Enterprise. Phone papa any TV papa fee anyhow.
So who can printers, pen drives, memory cards, hard drive, earpiece, chargers, phone.
A wedding country, food and drugs board. I hear my dad to the oye.
Hello, baby. It's me, Boga I. What feel you now?
Hey, what funny?
Oh, what about that?
Oh my God, better on me.
I'm a. We are here before get to 1 pack. What's your say? Heavy investment.
Brother, we have finite. Here Rutalife.
Okay, Rutalife.
Ruta natural products here. I am tropical herbs you. In the what's here? Rutalife. But what you fatty if you know we clean the system no. My come
Romantic.
You like it, huh?
Kaide, Ruta mixture, autumn summer. Ruta Titonica, autumn typhoid fever, and other related diseases. Or Ruta natural in Rupapano. In Ria, on your mumbo from a 1 in Fidawachi, a painful, on your 1 mumbo from a new.
Hey, homeboy guy, it's who pot na all of a man home appliance. Let us say, I can't say appliance.
Mentoni baby, I can't
say appliances, but we are one out. What much is so mouth? And let us say, what damn 1 year my bray. Yanning in our one out toy. Madame for being a catcher, me some men can say appliances, metonium, not Tadia Baba, yet chomba, who told me near chommy, no Pena washing machine, air conditioning, refrigerators, woofer with surrounding speakers, and a Jamunia Mabia, Brandon and Sodius, Samsung, High Sense, Media, Chigo, Pearl, Nasco. And the Kaka will be a. Who told me you know what you near me, you know the communion, Sabafania Mammy and Sakwa. Yeah, better you near me now. And someone yana mobile, and a total, and a dish anymore. Of Uncle Barrier, your police station. I bet a 3 pipe junction. I must have my universal filling station. What was the White House SCP? 0555 776050 0200 421 004.
I was in the process. It is also open justice being viewed. And I will pay. It's not just a match no more corner, a neat instance will be. Now, they may treat your party for Adrian Cosis or may be a cobanity in Yan Wendy's for starting no more kind security issue. And person Motias and said, to them, security is a campaign tool. Our betty made Gina ye campaign. I can't say Mamma Tonko for Sumama Matua Betty buying. I don't know what you move Ginaso, a day a young Munyama on person. Esan se ne asemi bai o no makobu bidin bi kwa on TV da me dem nka se e bia yeku obi e ya na se nye ana menye sure so se MPP aban bi aba omo pese ye bodin ka se yero akufo ado aban pension asase mwesi ye yero mama nso ntimi nka so no so pese no so na aban so ye ka se na pension no we ne si ye but the truth of the matter is NDC for your margin say sa security sense we no omo de be ye campaign. It's in my chassis, if you baby on my chassis. Now, me too, me actually, no. I'm of 2008, the same thing on me, you. share the major issues on the campaign in 2008, tribalism and insecurity. Ubisa will say, if insecurity is anything to go by, you check the crime rates this year. Then compare the crime rates at Brana Mahama, a president. What is the difference? Is there any big difference? Even one life matters. But so people saw ya man yourself person compare now who's ampa yakoyechi and I say you compare the various crime rates, no compare no. But at the moment you compare, there's just a marginal increase. And that marginal increase, it reflects from 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, it's just a small increase. So better we are in a state of insecurity. Then sooner yejina. They be American. Then to America, sporadic shootings near their course or betting Yakobo Bichua, and then go be and to America memo. Because America there, insecurity, Ajin same busu or but at the end of the day, no, I know the Obian can is how I had them there. The slightest incident like in the at the Aethiopia. The entire America fell to 2008 incident. They say that in Memu, you ever call 2008 election near Kofa Alaji Mobila issue at the Aba near Kofa Yana issue near the Aba between yes, you MPP are buying penny for and a Kusa halfway, Yenipa, yes, Adiano, Motu Abama, any Dinkunima. Yaba, Yabechi Safo, Nina Diagum. Bisa who say, Omo you soon as an election tool, no, a VH Kusi say. So means a warehouse via Nan knockout, Vigua, a jato on my share, no. A VH, you receive Dunketia 2008 as some America Joe. You receive Dunketia na pound folk, Gina on say, NPP for their ammunitions near the Ababe Sa warehouse because ye ben election. Na ye team upon say ye lose why the basa ebeba. True to their word, no. Even in election in year then, of course, war smoke. Equatria sick kind in continuing and did it easy. Nini chino, Omuini abani and I say, ye declare almost say, Omuno Moini abano. Then Omutu ye. On my son Becache and says our warehouse no, nay knockout, and I need go on into name year 2. That is the report they brought. But they made political capital out of it, won elections, and ruled this nation. Come rule your mind and pass and Kenya. But Omunam Sakwan Bonisu, my Yakoko baby, a boy. I'm a breach ye at Uganda, mine. Sure, how are you share my 8 years? Now, my sons offer the same strategy, at the buy. Now, and Kofubi per se, Omutimi folly pray, and my son same way. Say insecurity. Meanwhile, we are nowhere near insecurity.
Let us say,
we are nowhere even close to a rich state or failed state, and you are calling the state insecure.
A few messages now. Amos says, good morning, y'all. The question that needs to be tackled at the moment is whether or not the perceived security breakdown is due to natural sequence or induced by a group of people. This is what makes the whole perception interrogatable. People who talk about Arab Spring are capable of inducing folks to stir up fear and panic. Say o text message the Abba. Ora Ujina says, what logic is this? So if the president asks Parliament to adopt a bipartisan approach, does that mean Parliament is working for the president? Professor Nchidanso's integrity is never in doubt. Also Ode Abba. Madam Barbara says, I'm still laughing at the fraudulent trick that has befallen the Tamale Metropolitan Regional Police Commander. That is not how gullible can one be? 550 head of cattle. Was he challenging the Jacobson characters in the Old Testament in building his stock of cattle? Koswa Nasri, Nanya Okope, and entry Bibrina, Zigaki to Ebina, Afa was saying, and this one is coming from Master P. Our London. He says the resident in Ejura should furnish the committee with credible information in their operations. Okay, yeah, that's it. Say also Ode Free London. the Abba Samson Akwe says, good morning, y'all. Please, is Elder Ofusuampa full secret tape issue still in court? Tell the NDC leaders and their full soldiers we still remember Brass Sami Futu's tape.
That's funny enough, and then I'm court.
Sir, anyway.
Oh, they so beautiful.
Sir, court, and I share the date, Dada. And the end, tape on Crawford. I think that well-meaning Ghanaians should rise up against the excesses of the NDC, all in the interests of political expediency. If we are not careful, the NDC will plunge this country into war. They have lost out on good performance all these years, and so all they are planning is to lead this country into chaos. The government and the people must be concerned. Okusiku ewadamfa ena odi we ede ebai. Felix Mante, amofa Charlie Maninti ukakra.
NDC March for Justice. Mame fa mention purely on issue of democratic principles and any practices. Share the practices of democracy, participation, equality, and in the practice of participation, it be a demonstration, it be a picketing, it be a petitioning, it be a so we organize a workshop. What talk about critical issues I for say in your opinion needs to be talked about, and as I will draw a buying attention to certain critical issues. And because most of the times stakeholders say election more a part of democratic principles political parties takes advantage of these practices. No matter what you drum home of interest.
Okay.
And you will be from where we sit and what we have been taught. Say you maybe say we are not so much surprised because practices are in any democratic nation. Say who say ruling and the government in power, whether you are going forward and you are achieving your target or not. And maybe I'm all set up about to me and but on the part of our word, say demonstration because of perhaps the man can be a KP free moon, send me on back a kafa is distasteful to us. You don't want to encourage it. But any mature democracy are consolidated. You don't see demonstrations as a big problem. You don't see it. Issues are a border on governance, bringing home good governance. To me, dwell on it, no matter. When so much the style good demonstration out here. At the end of the day, now you mute. So, in my opinion, what you hear me say, in a democratic state like ours, so your demonstration, it must be founded in law. That's the rule of law. And you said demonstration, what TSC said they are going for a match for whatever justice. If the kind of justice they want to know, the only thing is they should bring it out for the whole world to know. Say this is the kind of justice we feel. Say so we are calling on government to provide justice.
What your more letters or more Zongo communities, calling them say they should rise up. Now say nipebi Zongo communities, any Muslims specifically, a far who dear so.
I'm a far. Obi to say me, I won't give credence to such letters. You know why?
Why?
Because in security wise, it's insightful. And it is wrong to incite people in a democratic state. Say, almost sorry for what? we have to operate within the rule of law. Are you inviting them to come and join you? And I say you are inviting them to rise and that is the question everybody will ask. So if you rise so and blah 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 blah, to what end? To what end? Other states might suffer conflicts. Any other? You make it to a trigger. You make it to a. You cannot live in a world that full say, oh, nothing is good, nothing is going on well because perhaps you are not the one in charge. At least you should see where the wrongs are and bring them out. And now I come to ensure that there is a change. So what kind of a change in it and that is where you fight to bring yourself in as a leader over there, influence that change. That is what it should be done. But you don't inside the people, sorry. No one shall say now war drums. No, that is not democracy. And they should know that. And you know, Omoko had much for justice or whatever they call it. And would they be calling people rise to do something and answer them? No. You have to be in line with the laws of the land. Where to me, I present you problem now. Of course, if you really believe in democracy, that's exactly what you do. And I'm tempted to believe that they believe in democracy. And in some letters, the so-called letters, it will be personal interest, be person or driving home. And
yeah, personal. This is an end.
And are you sure those communities now church or come on, they will heed to their call?
Now saying yeah, then be a bit better.
Then that would be so disastrous to all of us. Because when they wrote it or they sent that letter, me sure they become a leader. And that leader,
maybe the Zongo caucus.
Then that leader, over the influences say, yes, sorry, and I said, I also within the rule of law. And now say, oh, sorry, you get it. We shouldn't at any point in time incite a group against the state. We are no matter what we do, we are one. We are then now say we say two
messages na mema menua ento aso na fe yen konkon wiye walanyo wa kwetia, and he says is described as less privilege because he that calls for equity must come out with clean hands. Will it be appropriate to list and count the number of crimes and insecurity that occurred in the NDC era as government? NDC is only opportunity seekers, you added. Let the NDC demonstrate for justice for the Zongus. Unfortunately, their performance as government, as against the MPP, is abysmal. And they talk about military brutality, well and good. But we remember what has happened under their governance since 1992. And they talk about jobs for the youth. They must have forgotten the Unemployment Graduate Association. This government has not done well, but it has done much better. By their march, they remind themselves of their failures in government. Raymond Osafujan Ewo Kwautafu Ena Ode way by of our says why the NDC has no moral justification for going on demonstration, especially during this period of COVID-19. People should be careful about their health when embarking on this useless enterprise. Openi, that's also do the about Charlie. All throw letters say NDC caucus. Mumpiu na nipa bi be tata nkremofo nipa bi tata. Ede e na ye nyina ye je asem no wate letter no wanya bi akan.
Menye bi kan ba mate ho asem. Na amofa ibesusu anka ehye wo ma. Okay. Ni omu ye ne be wie yi ankoma anka so mo hu teda. Enti after na wo throw letters amanfo mpio inciting kofu. And you see, like I keep saying, NDC always, when they are in opposition and they don't work their way out, say, omo ye ejuma amagana for any aso say bi omo ba beji to me na ombetimi aye bibi. Rather no omadwe yomo say they can only feed on the vulnerability of Ghanaians. Say Ghana for a wafno MP an MPP for wafno Ghana for and san omonsa betimi aka to me. Eto majuma omo ye nyina ye juma ompese omo ye na NPP for wafno Ghana for, but it's not based on the context of ideas. Say bia omo adwen anase timupo anansusu ye papa bia and then ye mom to me say omo be dia ban mo omo de be ye juma. No, because if you are say MPP for opposition, no. Now we try the context of ideas. Obeka Ira Mahmoud Baumia one no abe presentation. No I show how my new womb, no the solutions near the account or predicted here be kwa kwasha MFA under NDC. No mu ye kwasha se or can say banks be move be good because Ghana sika sem no ye tutu ni ye sa banks and so ampenyampa egu ye. That is how responsible opposition we ye juma and win your way to power. But NDC anytime you more opposition, you know, the only means I'm person de back to me muno Takashi any nyama omu no tribalism any inciting people. Eti anyam say omu cho letter akokache ye nuanum bi say me person me body say nipa ko e mu ye take mu for granted intino mun share na mun sorry na mun pi omo no meka che amanfo so mun sorry pi eti ebu nipa ko bi kwasa na omu de omu nim. But you see, I know my dream almost say, Benjamin Bread politics and no money gusu. And then any biaba. Radio stations are dozen, newspapers are dozen, working kind, social media near. So openly no, among for are increasingly becoming wise. Because I want to say, near COVID that by say no. Why not any anti over convincing and say, umbra to the risk of his life. No bambe jina umbame demonstration for no apparent reason. Etienne no so nipa ni mpia nya wo letter no na be kwa insight nipa ni say mumra mesin yenko yo eche ni yenko ye sa ne mawe na me dey increasing no kaka metimi aka ni say yen Ghana for na nkasa na wo se e fa yen ho adwen na yesua bibi efim cause obi so opetumi a wo se e challenge nipa no not back on the context of ideas wa hwe ye ba be ko 2020 election almost 6 months to election as opposition leader yetwe na policies kura on famra wontumi famba nani dia na say wonam Okada was at the forefront of his campaign because oni at the papa bia the Magana for na yet now amomo feed on the vulnerability of Ghanaians no mo ka so ye ho afro MPP for ntino ye mo mo kwan mo mbra bisa say na policies ben no mo de ba bebu man no enu nti na enye nwanwa say every bia ye be ma NDC for kwan say omumbedi oman yi so no na afi no oman na aginsem oman ni sika sem atete apasam na nyama nko to the right direction because before mo banankasa no omo planning she na so amike na mo fanya mi na me ka keke o NDC for na mpani for ni bia hu say the intellectual base of their party keeps weakening ye we atoni edu na no bi nsem twofo bi san say ada na we jai NDC amanyoko ni meetings ni adeko so on won ko biem because okọ no ma adwen papa bia ni wa mo fa o eti ono nko NDC meetings biem so what I say and now no so Professor Kwesi Botwe koye report by after 2016 elections no okache o mo say it's about time on be mo party na ya akono na intellectuals dey o mo ho agim na timi aboa ma party na e sa advice o don be seen o mu ntimi fa it is a name some gusu use the same roots and the same tradition he said yenti ehunu monte so ye inciting for in terms of the tribal space yenti chiche nipa mu papa nipa mu emma ntimi mboa amagana fo mu ntete ma yetimi edinkunima who said the same ideology na omede omo pursue yen Ghana fo na wo say ye ma ye nite na ye che omo say sa tricks we no ye hu abroso etie ntimi mama akwanya no e ma mu be waste Ghana man nyina a time.
Let us say, and this one, lengthy one. Now, answer. Let me take this one. NDC can organize 1 million demonstrations. They can stage 1 million of agitations, but it will not take them to anywhere because Ghanaians are ready to help MPP to break the age. No amount of cheap propaganda and lies from the NDC people can stand. Sankidi ewo Taifa. That's say Ode Abba. I say they also the ambassador. Taifa ambassador. Sankidi mo ni adwuma. Taifa ambassador. Felix is a good analyst, all right, but sometimes he doesn't want to say it as it is. Being economical with your presentation doesn't usually spell out real situations or the picture. Felix, I think you can help us more, and I know you can. Wishing your panelists more grace to their elbow. Kuseku ewadamfa. And say me I can opening Felix no mu maka chire ne dada. Ansana.
Janze den usu. Yeah, ade
no.
Eni dawa no go nchen say.
Wa na mi so nyina so abetu no fo. Answer benufo no mo director say fa bi a
na microphone no
ebraso.
Microphone no mo problem nyina ya say bi a me kan.
Ha no microphone.
No mo send message no.
Because
I agree with them because they want me to speak in a certain direction, but you know I speak I'm a problem. I'm
straight. So
in any political discourse, say only the issues now you tackle the issues and provide the solutions. Blaming people here and there. Me, I don't want to be doing that.
Okay.
So, because at the end of the day, we need to make sure I don't know, not dreaming. Of course, that's how I want to manage it. And it is not good for the state. That way, but going around blaming, the problem will not be solved. It will still be there.
Okay.
And then the people who informs one hour, you know. And nobody say you are only blaming me for the sake of it. So we pointed out the main loopholes that was then you go forward. Now, my main fact we in you or more demonstration. So people go on demonstrations.
1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute. What the key issues we have to talk. But background behind the veil, there are certain other interests in there. And in this era now, I push-pull effect cause of Ghana in democracy. I think demonstration now one, behind the veil, the one interest of what I said, they will launch their popularity.
Okay. And I told you because I'm faster.
That is, I don't know there.
Lose relevance.
How far you make me monitor on social media. I hear social media never cause one. You cannot catch them say I say you don't get.
But it depends on how on where you are standing and what
my monitor
indicators.
Minimum baby I'm a monitor.
If you are not more indicators I'm the monitor on my
penny form or platform that's why I was informed that more access mobile Ernest I said I Felix also that's say I was informed how the edumedi ni na esimidin edia amofabo achijifa ba Solomon Sasu and God Nasarbidi Akosalas in Tiago, Josamera focus at before Ejicum, Quesi, Ninsi, Safu, Ejano, and Afi, Abukarim. Moamoboa in Answedo, be a Sinyame Aduma, or Channel Pai Bishia programs are holding on radio and on TV at Wasso, Macram.